this is the trade. And this is why I mean by timing was off. I was early and late at the same time. Now let me explain. So I see the SMT, we take out a higher time frame level, see the SMT, I'm already somewhat bearish, right? So I take the short and I was up about $1,000 from here to like down here. All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis and I am just documenting my trading journey. First and foremost, I want to address the amount of success that we've been having and the amount of growth that we've been having, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you so much for that. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, follow me here on YouTube, leave a comment down below and let me know how your trading week went. Make sure you specifically check out my Instagram because I am passing a 50K account on there and I have all my live trades documented as well. So you want to make sure you check that out just to see my live trades as well. We just hit 1,520 followers on Instagram, so all I can do is really be grateful. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. It was NFP week this week and it wasn't a bad week at all. First and foremost, let's just head into the sponsor of this video and the Discord, and then we will get on with the video. One thing I do want to say is if I sound like I don't have too much energy or something like that, I am fasting right now because it is Good Fridays. I haven't eaten all day. I'm recording this at almost 6 in the afternoons, so if you could tell, just know it's because of that. But apart from that, let's head straight into the sponsor and then we'll take it from there. All right, now we are in the page of the sponsor of this video, which is Tektronix.com. If you're looking for the best quality PC with the best available parts in the market, make sure you go and check them out. I just recently got my case upgraded and some more RAM. I am extremely satisfied with their products, and I wouldn't put my name on something that I don't agree with or that I don't see as very valuable, because then I'm putting my own reputation at risk. Please go and check out their website if you are looking for anything that has to do with PCs. They have free shipping on all products and also have a 1-year warranty, so take advantage of that. Use my discount code LVFLIP for 10% off at checkout. And I also want to let you know of a new feature which they just added, which is, as you can see right here, if you scroll down, they have payments and installments, which is provided by Zip. So make sure you go and check them out. But let's head back to their website real quick and just look at, for example, if you go and hit browse their collections and you go to the perfect trading setups, you'll see here it ranges from $800 to $2,500 to $2,600, and I think the best bang for your buck is this Futures LV setup. I actually have this same case, but obviously the components inside are not the same. I paid a lot of money for my PC because I see it as an investment. So if you're looking for a PC, make sure you check out Tektronix.com. Apart from that, let's head straight into the Discord and then we'll go from there. All right, we are now in the Discord. As you can see here, we are very close to hitting 100 members. So if you do join, all that I ask is that you please keep the conversation going. We have been very active recently, so I'm extremely grateful for you who are in here and are actually active and speaking. There's a lot of people, a lot of different levels of experience, and I love the community that we are building. I don't see anything toxic in here, and if I did, they would get kicked out at an instant. But apart from that, if you want to join my premium Discord and have access to these premium lectures, which I am adding more to every week, and also access to these things right here, you head down to the join premium and you'll see everything you need in there to be able to join the premium, as well as my one-on-one calls, which is also in there as well. And if you need testimonials, just head into the testimonials and you'll see everything in there. Yeah, apart from that, like I said earlier, if you are joining the Discord, all I ask is that you are active in it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's head straight into the charts. Okay, so let's take a look at what this week ended up looking like before I even look at all the SMTs and everything like that. This is what the week looked like. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. We had a basically Monday high of week all the way down to a Friday low of week with a somewhat TGIF Friday setup today, Friday. But let's go straight into what ended up happening on this week, because it was actually very interesting. Now, Monday I was doing something and I came into the market very late. I came into the market like right before the 10 o'clock open, so I decided to, you know, try to trade the 10 o'clock open. But the trade that I took was here on the 1 minute. I know I would have smoked this trade if I was actually in front of my charts during the open, because we got a super liquidity with an SMT. I'll show the SMT as well. This is on the 30 minute, but it's the same thing. As you see, that high is the same high as the line here. And on ES, we failed to go up and take it out. On NQ, we came up and smoked it. So as you can see there, very good short. So I was looking for a continuation when I came into the charts. And what I should have done was just be a bit more patient, specifically because the target that I would have been reaching for, because I was watching this the night before, seeing how it was setting up, and I saw that we had a 4-hour gap lower, which is this square right here, and that's what I was targeting. But by the time I got to the market, we were already in it. So I should have expected price to either consolidate or retrace, and retrace it did. It came back up into OTE to then drop again. So it was my fault for not waiting at least for some type of retracement and then a SMT to then take them short, because I thought that we would end up heading towards the previous week low, previous month low, which is this low right here from Friday. Yeah, I took a short in here on the 1 minute. If I can go back, I forgot to show you the OTE. I'll show you the OTE right now. I entered short after this turtle soup right here. I entered short like around here, if I'm not mistaken, and I had my stop initially like right here. I had my trade like this, and I ended up moving my stop then again a bit closer once it started to run. I'm thinking that we had finally hit. I was thinking that I was on the right side and that we were gonna end up going higher. So I then took an L when price came back up and took out my stop because price was going to retrace. So either way, I was on the wrong side and I took the wrong trade. I should have waited. Now I do say for sure I would have seen this up here and been able to take a short from somewhere up here, even this short right here, which is a lot of people that I know and trade with specifically took this short right here down to the 4-hour fair value gap. So it was just a matter of timing on my part. Then you see that we do end up coming back up to OTE. If you look at this right here and I bring out the OTE, boom, we came back to 62% level. You can see over here, boom, came down and respected it, and then it dumped. So I should have waited. That is honestly my fault for taking it short here. Impatience, and I journaled and decided to go with what I saw. You know, I can't be too mad. I then took a long because I noticed that we were going to retrace. I took a long here, but the drawdown that I was already in from the first loss ended up taking me out, and then I hit daily drawdown on this day. So when I took that L, I was correct once again, but the drawdown from this trade was too wide. I don't remember exactly where I entered. It was something like here or like here, something like that. So it coming back up took me out, and then the rest of the damage was done here. So now I'm just limiting myself to basically one trade, since I'm taking trades with E-mini, and then my profit target is basically 1,000, because if I make $1,000 for 3 days, then I could pass the account. But on this day, started off the week with 2 L's because, you know, I was wrong, but I was right, if that makes sense. I knew price was gonna head lower, but wasn't patient enough to wait. But then right here, I knew price was going to head higher, especially after an SMT right here. I don't know where I got in. I got in like somewhere around here. So when price came down, the drawdown just took me out, and there's nothing I could do about it. Just have to be better. So that is what happened on Monday. Let's move on to Tuesday now. Here we are on Tuesday the 4th, right? So let's just explain it, because first and foremost, greediness is never good, but then again, I didn't enter exactly when I should have entered, so it is a matter of timing, and I've been fixing it towards the end of the week specifically. So let's just take a look at what happened on Tuesday. Obviously this right here is after back testing and all that. This is the entry in the trade that I should have taken, targeting the lows from a couple weeks ago right here, and as you can see, we came down to it, rejected, and then went up for the, I guess, distribution to this manipulation move. Either way, this was later on in the afternoon session. I only trade New York morning session, so it doesn't really matter to me. I missed the move. Well, I didn't really miss it. Let me explain it, because it was a very good trade on Tuesday. It's just the fact that I let greed take over and I ended up taking an L. But here we are. We get an SMT up here. I take a trade like right here. I take a short here. I have my stop like above here, and that is a mistake. Why am I taking trades where the stop loss isn't at the protected high? That's my fault. I should have been patient and waited to see if price would come back up. Like I was saying, I should have waited to see if price would come back up and give me another opportunity to then take them short, and it did, and that's exactly what ended up stopping me out. But I took a trade and then I moved to break even, and then price came down and took me out. Now I don't remember if I took another trade after that, but after Tuesday I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take one trade per day, and if I miss it, I miss it, because honestly there's only one setup that sets up, and this is the setup that you see right here. This is the setup that everyone should have taken in the morning session. This short right here should have been the move down. Obviously there was this long later on in the morning session for the afternoon. If you trade specifically just the morning session, this is the trade, and this is why I mean by timing was off. I was early and late at the same time. Now let me explain. So I see the SMT, we take out a higher time frame level, see the SMT, I'm already somewhat bearish, right? So I take the short, and I was up about $1,000 from here to like down here. What I didn't do was take profit where I should have. I should have took the $1,000 profit and let it go. But what was I doing? Let's be honest here. What really was going through my head? I wanted to get back the losses that I got from yesterday and then some. So this would have got me the losses back from yesterday or from Monday, but I wanted some more. I wasn't in the best move or the best spot position wise to dictate that or to let price do that, right? Because because in the moment in my head, I was thinking we would get from here all the way down to this low. Obviously, it had different ideas and it did what it did, but I should have took profits there and then waited to see what was gonna happen, because either way I was up $1,000. If I'm up $1,000, why would I risk, especially on evals? Because this is the eval. If I'm in the eval, I get that. If I'm up 1,000, get out. If I'm not in the evals and I'm in my regular trades, obviously let your winners run. I should have moved to break even and then let it run. If it took me out, then look for another entry, because the trade idea isn't invalid until this high gets taken out. So now if this comes up and doesn't take this out, look for another entry. This right here could have been an entry with a stop up there. Either way, this is the protected high. This should have been my entry. I should have taken a trade somewhere in here like this, had my stop above there, and then let it do its thing. Set and forget. Set your stop and you take profit and then let it go. And yeah, that's basically what happened. But I did take a short from around here to down here, and then I just watched it come back up. If you watched the video, I think it was this candle that just shot up and just took me out in one go. Didn't even give me time to really realize what was happening, but just pay attention to it and look at what happened on my Instagram at LewisVisuals_, and you'll see the trade from this day. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, this should have been the trade that was taken on this day. I did take a short on this day, but the timing was wrong. I got in here. I should have gotten in a bit earlier, or at least waited until we got a retracement to then head lower. Now let me show you the SMT here on Tuesday. This is what ended up happening. Obviously a lot of chop, but if you have your stop above the protected high, which is the SMT high, the idea should be valid until that high gets taken out. And as you can see here, a turtle soup with an SMT, and on ES the same candle was not turtle souped, meaning we had a failure swing, which showed us there was selling pressure, and as you can see, price took off to the downside, and that is what should have been taken on Tuesday. Now let's move on to Wednesday the 5th. Now Wednesday I ended up taking I knew it was going to be a little weird, just because now if you know protocol for NFP week, usually Wednesday and Thursday are bad trading days. Usually, that doesn't mean every time, but it usually is. So I wanted to see what we were gonna do. I saw that we were inside of a very big news candle on Wednesday, which I don't have marked here, but if you go look at your own charts, you will see it. I saw that we ended up SMTing up here, so this move down lower was anticipated, but I wanted to see what price was gonna do. I didn't want to just jump into the trade or start chasing price, because there's no point in chasing price, right? I then saw that we ended up taking that low and set an SMT, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment. So when I saw that SMT, and let me see if I can show you the SMT. Here we are. As you can see, it's not as clear because there was a lot of chop on Wednesdays, as expected on a Wednesday on NFP week, but this low right here at 904 was taken out very hard by NQ, also with a higher time frame low, which I don't have marked here, but ES never got low close enough to actually take it out, so that gave me enough confidence to take a long, obviously with more logic behind it. And if you want to know exactly what I'm talking about, join my one-on-one calls. That is really where I can make you a beast. And now I have 2 students, and one of my students already passed a funded account and is on his way to getting his first payout in about 2 months of being in the one-on-one calls with me. Yeah, you need logic. Obviously you need to have understanding and a little bit of market experience after you get the technical analysis that I teach to be able to execute like this. So I took a long. I got out with about 1,000 and some change, because I said I'm gonna stop being greedy. I'm just gonna take that 1,000 and be out specifically for the evals. Obviously, as you can see on this day, we ended up getting out. I got out like somewhere around here. We ended up pushing a little bit higher. I was aiming for this high, but since that's the SMT high, you can expect them to come lower, swoop again, and then send it, which is exactly what they did. But I was already out of the market, so I could care less. It's get in the market, get out, be done with it, honestly. And that's why I like trading minis, because you don't need that many points. I got $1,000 profit out of this. This would have been like $200 if I was trading micros. Yeah, that's basically everything that happened on Wednesday. If you want to see the trade, check it out on my Instagram, like I said earlier. But let's move on now to Thursday, because Thursday was a very big lesson for me, and I want to explain it to you guys. It is important for me to get in there. First, I'm gonna show you what is it, Thursday in the morning. Thursday, I'm thinking we're gonna go lower. Now I came into the day bearish bias, right? So I've been seeing and going back on what I've been doing for the past few weeks, and seeing that patience and just waiting for my confirmation has been my very big thing. And this day confirmed it for sure, because I took a trade way too early, but my model showed up. It gave me more experience in my model, if that makes sense. So I was anticipating us to come up and turtle soup into this fair value gap and then drop lower, which is exactly what we did, but I wasn't patient enough to really wait, right? So coming into Thursday, I see that we end up dropping at the open and then get very close, generating liquidity right above this Wednesday low, but I'm still thinking we're gonna take out that low. That is exactly what I was anticipating for sure. As you can see, we also came back to OTE, so I should have just waited. It is a matter of just being patient. Patience pays. But I took a short right here. It was too early to take the short because I thought I noticed an SMT, but I wanted it to be an SMT instead of waiting for confirmation that it was an SMT. So that is my fault. But I took one trade this day and it was that short. I got stopped out almost in like 4 minutes. I was like, okay, took my L and I kept watching, but then I left. And then all I had to do was really just wait a little bit more, and it ended up showing up later on in the day. As you see right here, I will show you on both charts. SMT turtle soup, which is my model. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it. Inside a 4-hour fair value gap, also inside a 1-hour fair value gap, we got a turtle soup and SMT with a higher high on ES and no turtle soup and a lower high on NQ, which means that they were now ready to send price lower towards the targets that I had set. So I should have just waited, and I lived and I learned, and I've been paying a lot of attention. I'm just waiting for my entries now. If I don't see it, I'm not entering. There's no point of just getting into the trades, and I think I've let the fact that I am recording all my executions really force me into trades, because I don't want to have like no video for the day. But I can't do that. It's more important to have better trades than to do what I've been doing in terms of that. But let's just move on to now Friday the 7th. This is the last day of the week, and this is the trade that netted me about $1,000 today. I have to be able to stop all the nonsense that's causing me to lose, because if I would have just took my wins like the actual wins that I had this week, and maybe take 1 or 2 losses from the other days instead of taking 2 losses daily, right? So take 1 loss a day instead of taking 2, would have been very close to passing the account by now. But as you can see here, this is the trade that I took today. It was a 4R basically. I got out a little early. I got out like around here somewhere once we hit like 1,000 in profit, because I said if I make 1,000, I'm just gonna get out. But my target was this high. Obviously it did go a little bit higher, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm in here to make that $1,000 so I can pass the account and get out. But let's explain what ended up happening. So here, if you pay attention, we have a turtle soup with an SMT. Price then took off and then did this big retracement, right? So I'm just watching at this point. Let's take a look at the charts and see what happened today, Friday. Yeah, so I noticed that we come down and this is the same low. It's just this is the 5 minute. Let me go on the 1 minute. So as you can see here, I'm bearish for the day, so I'm thinking we're gonna go lower. But when price tells you, you have to react, right? So I see that we end up, but I was bearish because I saw the higher time frame, like the daily, but it's still Friday, so I was expecting a TGIF Friday trade at some point in the day, because we have been dropping all week. So we do have to come back within the range, and we ended up doing that, and I'll show you that as soon as I'm done with this. But I see that we have a turtle soup down here. We have an SMT here. We have a turtle soup. We never took out this low on ES with an SMT right here. SMT, as you can see. Then we end up going higher, and we then come back lower, dump way lower on NQ than we did on ES. So I'm thinking, okay, what is really happening? We come back to basically equilibrium on ES and a little lower, but NQ was respecting this fair value gap. So I took my entry there, had my stop originally at the SMT low, and then this 1 minute candle just boomed. So as soon as that happened, I moved my stop to where you see it there, and I got out with $1,000. But as you can see, it was just enticement to get people long, waiting for this high to then take them lower, to then later on boom them. And that's what I mean by the TGI Friday that I was anticipating. So if you were looking for this short on this low down here, or if you were looking for the long after taking out these lows down here, then you probably got an amazing trade. You could have took them up to the opening price and would have made a lot of profit. But that's what I took this week. That's all the trades that I took this week. If you want to see the live executions, they're on my Instagram, so please go and check it out on my Instagram. That's pretty much all I have to say. Is next week just focus on taking 1 trade a day, even if it hurts me to have to watch the market. If I didn't get in at the right time, it's my fault, so I have to deal with that. I have to be patient, wait for the right timing, and execute when I see my confluences. I know specifically, maybe I don't say it for you guys, but I know specifically what I need to be able to take a trade and be confident in it. All I have to do is wait for it to happen and then boom, hit the button and let it run. Stop at the protected low or high and then just let whatever happens, and then eliminate those big losses that I'm taking for no reason. Apart from that, that is everything that I have to say in this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how your trading week ended, if it was in the green or in the red, or if you broke even this week. Check out techtronics.com and use my discount code LVFLIP for 10% off. Join my Discord, link is down in the description. Please be active in it. And yeah, just follow me on Instagram. Apart from that, I don't really have anything else to say. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.